Hey everybody, Mandus Buckle here with my co-host Brent Swansen and Sarah Lyon, and welcome to Primetime. We're at the 2018 Chicago Pro. The show's over, and boy, it did not disappoint. You know, Brent, let's get right to it. The highlight of the weekend was the men's open bodybuilding, and it was an absolute dogfight.
Yeah, I would say it was a dogfight. You know, you had a lot of big names in this event, and it pretty much came down to you had Lockett, you had Sergio. We even talked about after prejudging how, you know, it was close. I mean,
absolutely.
Let's face it, Lockett was slice and dice, but he wasn't complete head to toe. I personally thought Sergio was tight enough and conditioned enough, not as much as Lockett, but he was more complete, you know, especially from the waist down, you know. But at the end of the day, conditioning is king, and that's what they end up going with. And here, the thing is that the judges had a hard decision. Let's be honest. And you could have gone with either of those two guys, and they're both great champions, and, you know, have, you know, a great future, and are going to do well in the Olympia here in a few weeks.
You know, you had a couple rookies. One of them a Chicago guy. Another rookie was out there, Seth Shaw. Both of them were in second call-outs. You had some veterans like John De La Rosa, Kevin Jordan, another hometown guy.
Yep.
But it was really a battle of three at the end.
Absolutely.
And then it got down to two.
Yep. Yep. And, you know, Justin Rodriguez definitely came in tighter and harder tonight.
Absolutely.
If he would have showed up like that at prejudging, it could have been a different story with the placings. I definitely think so. I agree with Brent. I definitely thought that Sergio was going to walk away with it. It definitely was a battle, but I agree with Brent that he was just a little bit more complete head to toe. But as Brent said, conditioning's king.
I think at the end of the day, Michael Lockett won this show last year, came in this year even bigger, even fuller. That upper body is just thick
crazy
and dense, front to back, left to right. He's a little shallow in the lower half. He's missing a leg. So I think we all thought Sergio was good enough to walk away with it. The judges saw it different. It probably had to be maybe a little bit through the back, a little bit through the chest. And again, Lockett was shredded. So it seemed to be that's how it ended up. Michael Lockett is your 2018 Chicago Pro champion.
Two-time champ.
Two-time champion, back to back. Now, I will tell you, though, this crowd, it was a Sergio Olivo's show. That guest posing, Brent, when was the last open bodybuilder that you saw pose like that?
I can't remember.
Melvin Anthony, maybe?
Yeah, Marvelous Melvin.
Yeah, I can't. You know, that's how far back we might have to go.
It's so refreshing just because, you know, you see so many, even at the pro level, who don't spend any time on their posing routine. They come out and they just hit most muscular after most muscular. And let's face it, like, if you're a fan of bodybuilding, that can get old. So when you see somebody who takes it as an art form,
right,
and does what he does,
right, bringing back that Kai Green art performance
and
feel.
Just see. I mean, obviously there's a hometown crowd, but see how they responded. He could have gone anywhere in the United States and did that routine and got the exact same.
Absolutely.
I have a feeling you see some promoters watch that, and it's going to be the Sergio Olivo circuit all over again, like it was 2 years ago.
Yeah, I'd hire him in a minute to do
see him guest posing all over the country, because I would pay money to watch that.
Yeah,
I would absolutely pay money to watch that again.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So, again, a great fought battle. Michael Lockett, well-deserved, two-time champion. Sergio Olivo Jr. put on a show for the ages, and narrowly got beat by Michael Lockett here tonight. In fitness, you had a hometown.
Danielle Chicalis, yeah, absolutely her best we've seen, just as we spoke about at the prejudging wrap-up as well. Danielle came out not only during prejudging with her two-piece round, but she also came out and did a killer routine that obviously won the judges over.
Brand new routine.
Right.
Everything she did was brand new.
Yep.
At home. She had a layout.
Right.
That's something new for her. She wasn't expecting to win. It's her first time going to the Olympia.
Right.
First time going to the.
She's been a long-time competitor. She's relentless in that goal, and now here she is a champion.
Absolutely. Danielle, congratulations to you. women's bodybuilding, Jill. Now, Jill competed 4 weeks ago as a women's physique competitor, guys. 4 weeks ago as a women's physique competitor. Came here and now is going to the World Championship in Phoenix in 9 weeks. Congratulations to her. It was a big surprise, but well-deserved. Conditioning was on point.
Yeah, I mean, Jill's a friend of mine, so we talk, and she talks to Autumn a lot. And, you know, it's, you know, in women's physique, she was almost too much for that look, so she always felt like she had to tone down, and yet she was able to come on a women's bodybuilding stage and just be herself. And, you know, she transitioned well with adding some of the new poses that she's never done before, that she learned in 4 weeks. You know, she works with Kenny Wallach, so you know that's going to be on point. Her conditioning was flawless. She still keeps a feminine, tight look that I think, you know, is very relatable. And I just think is really good for the sport, and I really see her doing major damage here in Phoenix, you know, come Wings of Strength time.
She found a home.
She found a home in women's bodybuilding. I think is a great switch, and I can't wait to see what she does in a few weeks. I mean, it's
and what life she brings to the sport.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
You know, that's going to open another door. All those followers that were following her with the women's physique division, now she's going to bring their that audience.
She looks very comfortable on stage, and that's something, you know, poise and presence is key, especially when you're trying to win a championship of any sort, and she looked 100% at home on stage here.
And then other than the men's bodybuilding, bikini, there was an interesting story there. India Paulino made her comeback. India, 6 months?
Yeah, 6 months postpartum, and she looked great. Definitely not her best. She's come in tighter, and that was proven during the comparison lineup against Laura Lee Chapados, who walked away with it. The shape of her glutes, the tightness, she wasn't too hard, wasn't too soft. In my opinion, she brought a great package, great conditioning. She's actually from Canada as well.
I was a little surprised. Was it Sonia?
Sonia Lewis.
So,
yes,
she was in the middle almost the whole time.
Right.
I thought she was winning the show.
Right.
And she ended up third. That had me a little, I was a little confused.
And I almost had her as second because of how long she was in the middle. And she did look a little bit tighter than India. But, you know, there's also other factors that play into bikini, you know, that stage presence, that sass, that confidence, that all plays into it. And India always sells it on stage. So I think that's why she went ahead with second and Sonia ended up third. But I'm sure this will not be the last time we see Sonia this year.
So now Laura Lee only done 4 shows. She's Canadian, you said?
Yeah, she just did the Toronto Pro.
Yeah.
Recently placed well there as well.
Won that show. Won that show. She's her first Olympia. How do you see her stacked up with that line? She has a very similar physique to that Frida Paulson.
Sure.
There's a lot of comparability there. How do you see her stacking up in the Olympia lineup?
It'll be very interesting. I think that a lot of that top 5, 7, 8 Olympia bikini girls, they do have a little bit of a thinner leg to them than Laura Lee displays. So I'd like to see her bring her legs down just a little bit more going into the Olympia. And then, you know, she might be comparable in that second call out, I think.
So you think somewhere in the top 10
I think somewhere in the top 10 is a possibility.
Which is
for
huge
her.
Considering it's a first Olympia.
Yeah.
I think she's got a great look. She's very linear.
Yes.
A fresh face.
Yeah.
Isn't that what they're always looking for?
Yes.
A fresh face in bikini.
Yes.
Guys, that wraps up the 2018 Chicago Pro. Brent Swansen, you've been here all weekend. Sarah Lyon, fantastic job as always. You carry the load for us. Guys, we hope we did a good job. We will continue to do better. Until next time, Mandus Buckle, Brent Swansen, Sarah Lyon, Primetime, signing off from Chicago.
Thank you for having me. It's an honor to be here. We all have a story. We all have pain. We all have things in life that's going to be taken away from us without our control. But I just didn't give up. That no matter what, I was going to end up finishing the race that I started